Morning. It's nice and chilly today. I'm not sure what the temperature is, but I think it's probably about 8 degrees. I wanted to leave at 6:45. It's now 7:15. But anyway, so be it. So when you're overlanding or off-roading, it's nice having other things to do when you get to your campsite or wherever you're going to be. So what are you going to do? What's fun? The common interests would be bird watching or ornithology. So you're getting to a destination and you've got your bird book and your binoculars, and you can have a look what birds there are and tick them off. I do that to a point. So I've got a bird book, and when I get somewhere, if I see a bird that I haven't seen before, I'll write down the date and the time and where I saw it in the book, so that I've got a record of what I've seen and where I've seen it. The other thing is the animals. Obviously in New Zealand there's zilch, but in Africa I would get a book on all the mammals and the insects and the butterflies and all the other stuff, and then you try and spot them and try and recognize the hoof marks and the tracks and the whole lot. And then of course there's the thing that I've been more interested in for, I don't know, probably 12-14 years, and that is metal detecting. So I'll get to a destination, and invariably around campsites you find a lot of stuff. People drop things in the camps. I'll stop and go and have a look, and you'll find coins and whatever, but it's fun. I think the whole metal detecting hobby, if you find something of value, or that's really great, but I don't think people should go out and look for it, because it generally is very slow. So if you go out looking for gold rings, yes, you'll find a few, but it's not an everyday occurrence. So I think you just go and see what you find. That's what I do, and that makes it for me a lot more enjoyable. And sometimes you'll find, depending where you are at what camp, you'll find sinkers, you'll find coins, you'll find artifacts, you'll find old tins, old bullets. So I've arrived, just a sort of little beach just past a place called Kawakawa Bay, and you're just hearing the waves in the background. I'll swing the camera around in a minute and you can see it's really pretty here. So we were talking about the activities to do if you are overlanding. So one was going to be bird watching, ornithology. Second one is rock collecting. I think they called it lapidary. That's the rock collecting, and that's working on the rocks. And then the one we're going to talk about today is metal detecting. So I believe there are some countries that don't allow metal detecting because of the historic aspects of it, and yeah, I haven't come across any. France, England, Germany, America, Canada, I believe South America, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, you're allowed to metal detect. So what do you need to start the hobby? There's a number of different machines, and you can get a little machine, a basic machine, from probably $200-300. This machine works on volcanic sand, so it's a little bit more. This one was $1,500 New Zealand, so it's about $1,000 American. So what's interesting with these machines is you have a display, and on the display it'll give you an indication of what it is. So every metal's got a number which it resonates at. So for example, a $1 coin is going to be a 41. but then lead is also 38 to 44, so you will get some crossover. Essentially, if you're looking for treasure, you dig everything, because what's also interesting is that a pull tab or a bottle top is roughly the same reading as a gold ring, so you generally dig everything. So you buy yourself a basic machine and you go to the beach. Two other things which make life a lot easier. We call this the carrot, but it's what's called a pinpointer. So you turn it on and you've discovered metal, and you want to actually find it. So you've got a heap of sand that's got a tone in it. So as you bring it closer, and it vibrates faster and beeps faster. So this vibrates and beeps. This specific one is waterproof. So if you want to spend the extra money, it's about $200 I think. You buy one of these, or you just buy the machine and just sift through the sand. You can take handfuls and check handful for handful and take it from there. This hobby you can get involved for about $200 or $300 New Zealand, so really not a lot of money, and you never know what you're going to find. So I haven't been here before, nothing is set up, and we'll just see what happens. So what I'm doing now is what's called ground balancing. So you've got to get the machine to recognize the type of soil you're on. And so I've gone back to beach setting. So what typically do I find? Generally coins. You always find loads of rubbish, bottle tops, things like that. And best find, I found a gold ring with 3 diamonds, and I found a whole lot of wedding bands. But if you consider I've done this for 12 or 15 years, that's not going to make or break anything. Also, if you consider the cost of all the machines, machines aren't cheap. Okay, so I have got a signal now, and the machine has got a pointer, so you know exactly where it is. It's showing a 44. The 44 generally would be a sinker, and according to this it would be probably 20 centimeters down. When metal detecting, you don't always find the target on the first dig. Sometimes you go down 2 or 3 until you find it. Okay, yeah, just a pull tab. Okay, here I've got a signal of a sinker. So I'm going to use the pinpointer to try and find it. Okay, just a piece of lead. Anyway, this was a short intro, and yeah, let me know if you get into the hobby and what you think of it. Thanks for watching.